Good morning. Hello. Welcome. I'm Elvie, look. And welcome to my makeup moment. So good to see you. This is a new month, March. We're marching on. Finally, spring is coming. It's getting warmer. And as we chat, I'll start with my eye cream. So this is a new month. And we have the sale you've been waiting for. It's we call it the Flawless 4 to give you flawless skin. And it's what, actually this was the first sale when I first signed up with Unique. This is what was the first thing I bought, was the foundation sale bundle. Hello, Shelly. Hello, gorgeous. So what the sale is, I'm just putting on my eye cream, which so desperately need. I've been so bad. Okay, don't tell anybody. I've been eating chips lately. And the salty, of course, makes you retain fluid and makes me more puffy, but they're just so good. So I've decided I can't buy them anymore. I can't have them in the house because I can't control myself. Hello, gorgeous. So, pardon my arm. I'm just gonna stick that away. That's not a great shot. So the Flawless 4 is any primer. We have 3 to choose from. Any foundation, except the new one. And I'll tell you about the new one. You can upgrade to that, but in the Flawless 4, it's any of our foundations. So it's like our liquid, our stick, our powder, our pressed powder, our loose powder, and spray, right? So it's your choice. So any primer, any foundation. What am I missing? Oh, and a concealer of your choice, your color, and any setting powder. And that includes the new one, which makes me sick. I wasn't thinking. I was just using it up because I was just loving it. And then now when it's like on sale, I don't have any. Hello, gorgeous. Welcome, Ethel. It's called Prime and Set, and it's beautiful technology, as you might have remembered me talking about. And if you haven't, if you're new, it has a new technology that when it has a water molecule in it, so it's powder, and that's why you have to shake it. It's part of the technology, and when you put it on your face and it touches your skin, it bursts in the water. That's why you'll feel moisture. So it's very, very moisturizing. It's not like a straight powder. And it's also can be used as a primer, believe it or not. And it has this perfect fluffy brush. So now that's the Flawless 4. Then you can upgrade. So the Flawless 4 is $119. So it's up to a $60 savings, depending which, like for example, the spray foundation is the more expensive one. So if you got the most expensive of each, you'd be saving $60. Then you can upgrade to include the new pressed powder foundation, which is amazing. It's a skincare as well as a foundation. It has ingredients like shea butter, chamomile, and sodium hyaluronate, or HA, which is hyaluronic acid. And it also has, what amazes me is, and I can hardly wait to get it, is it has a blurring effect in it. So it actually is going to be taking care of sort of blurring our fine lines and pores, as well as giving you great coverage. So you can start with, light, depending on, with your brush, how much you apply. You can go back for a second to get medium coverage, and you can even go back and put more on for full coverage. And we have 25 shades. So they've included 6 more shades. Hello, gorgeous. Hello, Audrey. They've included 6 more shades in the deep dark skin tones. And they've added those same deep dark shades to our stick foundation. Okay, I guess I am going to have to put my blinds down. Right. Love the sun. Sorry, girls. All right. Oh, maybe that'll do. Will that do? That'll do, kind of. There we go. Back into the dark. Yes, so, and the other cool thing about it is when you open it up, there's a little retractable sponge. So you can throw this in your purse and do touch-ups. You'll have your little sponge handy. So there's the sponge that's going to be useful, Shelley. I know we're not a sponge girls. It doesn't transfer. The new, boy, is that ever dark. It doesn't transfer. And oh, the one thing I wanted to mention too about everything right now is you can pre-order it right now. Because of the bad weather in the States, there's been a delay. So you can go in and pre-order from the special bundle and pay for it. And then they'll get it shipped out as soon as possible. Or it's also available, these two brand new that are now our core, the new, what do they call this? They call this, I wrote it down, Unique Touch Pressed Powder Foundation. Nope, there was another word I'm missing, but anyway. They're part of our core line, and so you can order them individually March 8th. And then again, because of the shipping delays with all the bad weather, their postal services are really backed up. All right, I should have put my concealer on while we were yakking. So, while we were yakking, you girls, you're just yakking away. No, just kidding. All right, so let's do makeup. So concealer, not concealer, primer. Doing a little bit of eye primer. And it's best if it can sit on your skin for a couple of minutes for it to do its thing. So that's why I was like, that was bad of me. Got so excited about the bundle. So that was my when I first joined Unique, or I was just a customer, I ordered, was the makeup bundle. Now, you can choose any primer. Now, what I'm going to do, actually I wanted to do my other finger. I'm going to put a little bit of hydrating primer under my eyes because I'm going to try concealer again today. It's always a challenge with experienced skin that's been eating salty chips. All right, let's do some face primer. So I'm doing the mattifying primer, which I'm dropping. And this, what I love about this one is it does take mattify in the sense that it does sort of take away that shine. And my face, since I've been using our skincare, is always shiny and red, and that's a good thing. If your skincare is not leaving you look like a lobster, you need new skincare because it's bringing the blood to the surface. It's getting circulation, which means it's also getting rid of impurities and toxins. That's what it should be doing. Now I'm going to add just a titch of this under my eye, if I can get to a titch. There we go. So we must have still had some palettes left. The new palette is still on the website. I'm so happy. So you can still grab this palette. And I'm so, I love it. I really, really am enjoying this palette. So I still want to work from it today. And again, I'm going to do a very simple eye look. And here's a little tip. So this actually doesn't have that much fallout. But, oh right, I was going to mention, when you upgrade from the Flawless 4, you get to choose the new pressed powder foundation, and you also get to choose a face brush. So this is that beautiful fluffy brush that I'd love to get some more of this because you can use this for anything and everything. It would be an awesome contouring bronzer. It's a good face powder. It would be just wonderful. The Kabuki brush, which of course works with any foundation. It's just the best brush. And then the powder concealer brush. This is a really expensive brush, high quality, and it's also one to definitely consider, the concealer end. And I use this for my setting powder, which I love, but you could use this as well for foundation or for anything. These are really top quality brushes. So those are the brushes that you can choose when you upgrade. All right, so here's a little tip. So this doesn't have that much fallout, but it does, you know, sometimes just by my applying, I'm messy. So if you get a little bit below, you can put a little bit, let's put some setting powder under our eyes, and then we can just wipe it away after any mess we make. So I don't know what I'm going to grab. I'm just going to grab a brush, and I just want to apply some setting powder. And then any fallout will fall on your powder, and then we can just wipe it away. There we go. Okay, it's not going to look pretty, but it will in the end. All right, let's set this aside. All right, I am going to grab your palette, if you have it. You have to let me know when you get it, girls. And today, we're going to be daring, and it's actually going to be it is one of my favorite looks. If I get this on right. I'm going to go with the color. I don't think I've done this one. We're going for gold, and it's called Consider It. Very simple eye. And if you want to complicate it, that's not even complicating it. Let's do one more thing. We're gonna add one little simple touch. I'm gonna grab Jacquard, which is the powder that I'm gonna be using for contouring. And I'm going to grab a fluffy crease brush. And I'm gonna add, it's actually not dark enough. You could add a little bit of brown eyeshadow that you have. But it's just that whatever you're using for contouring, it's kind of like right here. And I thought I'm going to put it on first. Okay. Now I'm going to grab a blending brush just to blend that. Just to soften the edges. Okay. Now I am going to grab the crease brush. Actually, I think I'm going to try a different brush today. I'm going to try the liner shader brush, the flat end. Let me compare it to the, yeah. Okay, so going in with Consider It, the middle gold. Let's see how this works. And press it on. And it's really pigmented. So a little goes a long way. I probably would get more accurate application if I used the crease brush or the cream shadow brush. I just wanted to try a different brush. All right, so grabbing the fluffy crease brush, and I'm just going to gently start to blend the edges and amalgamate it with that transition color. And the more you blend, the lighter it gets, but I actually want to see the gold today. I did test this yesterday, and I blended it and more, and it was softer, but then when you're all done your makeup, it was like, oh, I wanted more gold. It is so pretty. And then you can grab the blending brush and just gonna soften up those edges. Very pretty. Oops, with the black hair on it. There we go. Let's do the other side. Okay. Grab my liner shader brush, going in with a little bit of the gold. You can see it's very pigmented, like there's not a lot on there, but pressing it on. It doesn't have the fallout as shimmers or other shimmers do. But when I'm applying it, sometimes I just sort of touch my lower eye and then I don't want it down there. Okay, can I blend that? I wonder if I have enough. It's hard to imagine. You know, I've been in Kamloops now, and it's like, I can't imagine that, because we haven't had snow, and when it snows, it's just a skiff, and then it melts, and so it's all gone, and it's just like thinking, up north, you know, I would be still deep in snow, and it just blows me away to think of where I am now. And I'm just blending. Okay. If you want a little bit more of the brown, I might come back and add just a touch more on the outer. On the outer edge, and then blend it in. And it's just this, it's going to be, it's actually a very soft, neutral look. It doesn't look like it now, but don't be scared. It will pull it together. All right. My brushes are I'm getting too many brushes. Slap this aside. Now, let's grab, what should I grab? A brush just to whisk that away. Okay, so I lost some powder there. And I do have some glitter under my eyes. I'll see if I can get it. Maybe with a Q-tip. There, that works. And there. And then my makeup will clean up the rest. So I'm going to do a little bit of concealer today. And I'm going to try something new. I tried it before and it worked pretty good. So hopefully I can do it right again. So I'm grabbing a little brush because I really, what color am I using today? Lace. So this is going to be one shade lighter. So the rule of thumb is you want if you don't want to make it brighter under your eye, like if you want to make it brighter under your eye, choose one or two shades lighter, than your foundation color, and that will lighten up. I think I can let the light back in. Yeah, that will lighten the area without making it a beacon. And if you don't want to draw attention, like if you're covering up spots, choose the same shade as your foundation. So I think I'm going to do both. So I'm going to just take very little and just going to dot it there. I should have done actually my spots first, because I'm going to grab a little bit of eyelet and just grab some, and I'm just going to cover up some spots. Okay. I could slather it on my face, but all right, now what I'm going to do is grab my BB cream and I'm going to use this to blend. It's going to blend those spots in. Actually, if you wanted, you could take your concealer brush, this end of it, and just soften them a bit. but I'm going to use I'm going to put a little bit of the BB cream on, which I really love because it's a tinted moisturizer. And so it's going to add that extra moisture to my under eye area to try to not, and then the concealer is going to be concealing the little bit darkness without it, because I don't want the wrinkles to show, and when your skin is more dry there, oh man, the sun's back. I thought really it was behind a cloud. I'm so sorry. She's up, she's down, she's up, she's down. Oh, crazy craziness. All right. Okay. And I'll go back with my finger. I love using my finger. My finger, that sounds weird. If you've not watched me before, I find that the under eye area blends better with the heat of your skin. So I'm just putting a light coating, actually very, very light, of BB cream. Okay, so I'm going to use my finger to just press that under eye area, the concealer. Actually, just going to blend it some more away here. There we go. That's all the concealer or BB cream I'm going to put on. I'm going to grab my kabuki and just sort of finish blending the rest. I love this brush. We're going to do a real concoction today, hey? Well, so I just love showing that you don't have to just use one product. There's so many products. So with this sale, it's a wonderful time to stock up, to grab one of the ones that your foundations that you are using, or to grab something different. So I have, like, for example, 3 concealers, 3 shades. So when I'm using Lace, my winter shade foundation, then I use Scarlet as a concealer. And then when I'm using Lace foundation, I love to use the Lace on my blemishes. Then I also have Eyelet, so that when I'm going a shade darker, which today I'm going to use Eyelet, I've started using a little bit of my tanning spray, so it's just started. And so I'm going to attempt using my Eyelet. So then I had the same shade there, and then the Lace was one shade lighter for under my eye area, if that makes sense. So these are the 3 shades that take me all season. Summer, spring, fall, winter, depending. And if I go any darker, I may not even need it in the summer. We'll see how I do when I'm tanning. Say, I wasn't doing the business when I was last summer. All right. So I'm going to do liquid foundation, which is always my favorite. I debated between that or spray. Is there anyone in particular you girls would like me to do? So I'm just shaking it up while I wait to see. This is our #1 seller, and the spray. And the stick foundation is gorgeous. It's very, very dewy. I think I used that last time. Okay, grab your kabuki brush. Going in. So I'm just going to 3, 4 dots. Can always come back and do more. And then I'm just going to start dotting. Just to distribute it. And now I can start to buff it. Blend it out. And I'm not going to go over my eye area with this. because I don't want that area. Just hear sirens. Sounds like they're coming up the hill, but I'm not sure. Sorry, I'm just worried. That one time they came up, that was pretty scary last summer. I was watching and I could see like 4 coming all from different directions, and then they were coming up, and then they turned. Then they turned to come up the hill, and I'm up a hill. And so I was like, they sounded very close, and I thought, so I went out the front door, and it was our building. There was a fire in our building. So I was so glad I checked it out. And what had happened is the people weren't home. And it could have been a disaster. It was something caught fire on their deck. There was like a glass that a candle was in or something. And so I guess it's so hot, like my deck is an oven. And so something caught on fire on their deck, and they weren't home. And it happened to be a car was going by, and she happened to look up and saw the fire on the deck. So she was such a good neighbor. She came right to our building. She got somebody was, going in, let her in, and the two of them, they went to this place where she figured it was, and they were knocking, and anyway, they broke in, and they got in, went onto his deck, and they put the fire out. There was still some damage, but it was contained. I don't think it went inside, but it was on the deck and maybe a little bit. I don't remember the details anymore. That was last summer. But that could have been a disaster if that person didn't, notice and act on it. We could have had a big fire here. So I have just a nice light coverage. And you see all the spots are gone, right? And that was easy peasy. Now, if you wanted, you could touch it up. If you wanted a little more coverage, you could use pressed powder instead of a second or a heavier dose of your foundation. This is where you could do it as a second, or to give you a little bit more. I'm just using, this isn't a matching shade, so it'll do. There we go. And that just sort of mattifies it too. Our liquid foundation goes on liquid and it dries to a powder. So that's one thing I love about putting the BB cream underneath, is it helps with moisturizing and not looking as dry with experienced skin. I don't want my skin to look dry, and I don't want it to break down, because then it can start looking cakey. So now, before I go any further, I am going to set them under my eyes, because as I move and smile, I don't want it to create cracks. And so I want to set that concealer under my eye. And so I wish I had my new Prime and Set powder, but I am using our beloved. And so I'm just going to grab my concealer brush, and actually I'm going to grab a flat brush to do under my eye area. Anything that's flat, just because I don't want to sweep it. I want to press it, just lightly press it, just to set it, to keep my oils, my natural body oils, to coming to the surface and breaking that down, which is going to create the cracks and showcase the fine lines. Okay, now, oh, that's all, I guess. I don't need to set. I can set the rest later. All right, let's do brows. Grabbing our pencils, and I'm using the shade the medium. And this one's still out of stock, but the light. The medium is in stock, and these are retractable. They're buttery soft. And I'm just going to outline the brows the brows. Just some gentle strokes. Because that's one thing, is as we age, when your brows start thinning and get sparse and they get, you know, irregular, that also showcases, or not showcases, it shows your age. When you're younger, you have those nice, beautiful brows. So this just gives that back to us, which is going to help us to look younger. And your brows are so important to frame your eyes, to showcase your eyes. So I just added the light at the front, and then I'm going to use the spoolie to soften it and blend. I had a memory. I have a couple, actually. First of all, I had a dream of Ken a couple nights ago. And it's the first, every time I've dreamt of him, so it's been 9 years, every time I've dreamt of him, I didn't actually, and I only started having him in my dreams in the last couple years, I'd say. And I never saw him. He was just like, you knew he was there. But I never could see him in my dream. And I wanted to so badly. So the other night, I had a dream and I saw him front on. But the thing that freaked me out is when I looked at him, he had like greeny bluey eyes, like greeny gray, depending on the light. But when he looked at me, his eyes got big, they were blue, and it just freaked me out because it's like he does not have blue eyes. And that was like, that just disturbed me. But I had another cool memory, which I totally forgot about. It's so neat to have little memories starting to come back. Was that when I had my hysterectomy, and I didn't do well, and I was laid up for a long time. And so when I finally got well enough to sit, and you know what we're going to do today? I'm going to do dip and draw liner. I'm going to add some drama. So I'm using Perfect, the shade of black, and now I won't be able to talk while I'm doing this because I'm just not the steadiest of hands. All right. Can you see? The lashes get in the way. I guess there isn't too much drama there. I need to dip again. I didn't get my wing quite in the right direction. I wanted it a bit more up. Usually you want everything up. Oops. Let's redip. Have to concentrate. Close enough. Okay. Good old Q-tips. It's just this tiniest little. Actually, I do want to absorb any extra there. Okay. I don't think I'm going to line the bottom. I think I'm going to keep it light. So now let's do contour. So I'm going to use Jacquard today, our pressed powders. I'm going to use, there's a number of shades, and it's nice to go a couple shades darker than your foundation to use this contouring. And I'm going to grab our tapered blusher brush and just going to use very little. I'm going to take one little swipe and just with a light hand, and just going to add warmth back to our face because we sort of evened it all out. And I also like to say it also is going to add, it makes your face look thinner. It's showcasing the things we want it to showcase. So by doing this, we're showcasing our cheekbones. It makes certain areas recede. It makes other areas look like you've been in the sun, like up here. And the thing is just use a light hand. You can always add more as you want it. Just going for a soft effect today. And I'm going to add a little bit under my jaw and sweep that down. Actually, and I'm even going to sweep it all the way down. So that's going to help make our jaw recede, and then it's going to be blending to the color of our chest. There. It look like a little healthy glow, right? And I'm going to like to go down the side of each nose. Each side of my nose, rather. Each nose. I have more than one, you know. Oh yes, so the memory I had of my hysterectomy was, so I was laid up like a year, really had a tough time for a year. I don't know why. And so I wanted to sew, I wanted to do something, but I just thought, I just don't have the energy for a big project. So I decided that every time kids came to visit, I wanted to have some nice toys. So I thought, that's my project, is I'm going to work on my Barbie doll set for any little girls and that they come to visit. And so on that note, I'll just pause it for a sec. I'm going in with Surreal. I should be using Sisterly, my favorite, but I just thought, let's use something different. So this looks scary, but it's a very pretty color. I'm just going to go in with some, swirl it in the cap, and then start applying it on your cheek and work your way back and then blend it. And it's a very pretty color. It's hard to tell with that. Should I try it again? Add some light again? I think it's gone. So I went through all of my existing Barbie clothes. I altered them, vamped them up to modernize them. And then I had scraps of fabric, tons of fabric. And I even I made a little fur coat out of, okay, now what do we want to do? We want to set our face. So now I'm going to use, I don't need to shake this one. I always go to shake it from the other one. And so our setting powder is what's going to stop our internal body oils from breaking our makeup down. That's why I really wanted to set it under my eyes, because right away, because I wanted to make sure that by the time I got to it, that the cracks and the little fine lines weren't starting to creep out. So I crocheted a little sundress. I used a toilet seat cover, an old, someone had, I had scraps given to me. And my auntie had given me this, it was like a faux fur toilet seat cover. I know. I made a fur coat for the bar. Anyway, I made this complete wardrobe. And I kept a couple of the Barbies, and I had Ken doll, and I went and bought one of those rubber neck cases. And then Ken fixed it so that we anchored elastics to hold the dolls on the lid. And then he made little hangers and like a little rod across. And he made me little hangers for all my clothes to hang and a little drawer. It was just so cool. So I had that for years. And then I gave it away to one of my nieces. When she had a little girl. So that was so cool. All right. Mama's slow today. On to lashes. So guess what? Did you get, anyone who ordered our lash bundle that was on sale last month, you got an eyelash curler from Unique. And it's such a good quality. I used it, and you know what? It's a huge difference. It wasn't pinching my eyes like the other, my cheap drugstore brand. Okay, here's the light. Okay. So I'm going to use it again. I just got it, so I'm so thrilled. So who knew? If your eyeshadow curler is pinching your eyes and your skin, it's the curler. Easy peasy as that. I'm just going to quickly comb my, oopsie, I did have eyeliner on my brushes or my lashes. All right. And mascara. Oh, actually, before I do my mascara, I'm going to set it with setting spray. And again, in the Flawless 4, you have your choice of setting product, and so you can choose the setting powder. We have the new one and this one, or a setting spray. And you want both, because that one, the powder, stops internal organs or internal oils from breaking your makeup down, which is what makes it look where you start getting the lines. And when you start seeing lines, then your face starts to look like the desert, a dry desert floor. Like that's what makes it look cakey, and it stops that. And then I wanted to do it before I did my lashes, because I hate to re-wet my lashes. So going in with Lash Primer. See if I can stop this from, there we go. I'm not putting that blind down. I refuse. Even though it should be better once we do the spring, what do you call it? The time change? And I'm going to go in with Twisted. And if you don't know this, it has 2 wands. So the top one is the skinny wand, and this is your regular wand. So today I'm actually going to go in with the skinny wand first. I don't know, can you see? Maybe that is in the way. Of course, the light is a bit bright. That's better. So the skinny wand gets in close, and I'm able to get those little tiny lashes. But I also love how it separates your lashes so that they're not in clumps. That's what I love about the twisted. So it makes you look like you have more lashes. Okay. Going in with the big one. And if you want to really showcase your lashes, I love putting one coat of the twisted on and then doing a coat of the 4D, which the 4D is infused with fibers in the mascara. And so they actually are what attach to your lashes and make your lashes look thicker. So you're going to get kind of the both worlds. Longer, thinner, or like the longer and thicker lashes. Now, let's do primer on the other side. And one of my other little hacks is after you get your top coat on, both lashes, both eyes, on the tops, grab your blow dryer, put it on warm, and hold it facing up, and it'll also blow your eyelashes up to help curl them. But I'm not going to do that today. So I thought it was just so cool how Ken was always so supportive of anything I did. It's just nice having some memory starting to come back. I really love it. Go in with my bigger wand. If you wanted to add more drama, you could take your black pencil liner and add a little black eyeliner to your waterline on your lower lashes as well. And when you put it on your waterline, that's called tight lining. Okay, and now I'll do my lower lashes. Hello, gorgeous. Oh, I'm so glad you got them. I'm anxious to see. Which ones did you order, Annette? I already forget. Oh, the new one, the one I'm using today. Our beloved palette 3. So actually, I can't see that great, the way the sun is shining. So you got yours. That's good to know. How about you, Shelley? Did you get yours yet? Once everybody has them, we can plan the masterclass date. I actually can't see that good today with that sun, the way it's shining. It's sort of creating a glare. So today I'm wearing my necklace with earrings is the Mama Antonio. And I just love it because you have the optional front closure, which is really cool. So you can change how it falls in. So I've put a link to include that. Oh, and the 8, good for you. You're gonna, actually, I'm planning a look to go back with is the 8 shadow. Maybe I'll do that on Friday. Okay, lipstick. I wanted just something very soft and easy. And I love, love, love our new lipsticks. The Opulence matte lipsticks. They are so easy to go on. They're so creamy, luxurious, and they don't bleed. You don't need a lip liner. And I'm using Easy Street, which is one of our most popular, as well as Uppity. Those are our 2 popular colors. And I wanted to make it even lighter, like a soft pink. So I'm going to use the Minted, which I love adding the Minted to all of our shades. It's so pretty. You see, it's giving you that Connie Stevens look. And now I'll just blend and add a little bit of my lip gloss. There you are. What do you think? Can you see? What do you think of the eyes? Aren't they pretty? And they're very neutral. And they just add that little bit of pop and glam. Oh, I'm so glad you got yours. Okay, good. So I'm just waiting on one more lady. So, and the top I'm wearing, I linked it as well. It is on the Pretty Cute Things website, and you'll find it under, oh, I'm so glad you love it. You'll find it under tie-dye. And I thought, I'll just show it to you. It's really cute. And I think there's one more color. And I have both, of course. So it's this cute, it's got the detailed like ties that you can cinch up if you want and change the level. You can, of course, wear it off the shoulder where I do have the bralette. And I love it because they're longer. Covers your butt, makes you look very slim. You could do the little front tuck in your jeans if you wanted to. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today, girls. I love it. It's pretty soft, healthy glow. Am I missing anything? I am. I always miss something. I'm going to add a little bit of highlighter. One last thing. Grab my fan brush, and we're going to just add this titch. Oh, you know what I should show you? You can use this new palette to add a little bit of pizzazz. And you know what? I actually do want to add a little bit of glitter, just a little bit above the eyebrow. I mean under. Just to catch the light up there. It'll adds a lift, and you can grab your beloved palette and use the silver as a little bit. So I'm just going to take a little bit of my finger. Actually, we don't want very much. And just touch it along. And you're going to get that little shimmer. You see? It's like a little bit of sparkle. And if you wanted to, you could put it down your nose. Just, if I come in, can you see the sparkle? just a little bit. There we go. Welcome. We're welcoming spring. Bring it on. Bring it on. Have a wonderful day. I am so glad to see you girls. I really appreciate your time. I really, really appreciate the love that you give me. And if you share this or tag any friends, that would really be wonderful and help me. Have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Oh, I'm so glad you love it. Take care. Bye for now.